Thank you very much. And I must admit, I'm a little exhausted. As I would assume you're so even more, Minister Drew, about litigating the carbon tax. So, like, I'm not here to play games. I'm just gonna say this like it is. So, if you just take the fiscal impact, it's 8 out of 10 Canadians are better, and they can quote me and they can put that on there. But the reality is, the truth of that is that once you include the economic impact, 6 out of 10 Canadians are worse off. Is that not correct, Mr. Drew?
When we include the economic impact of the fuel charge and the output-based pricing system, it's true that the majority of households are worse off, and we are in the process of updating our analysis to try to isolate the fuel charge, the impact of the fuel charge itself.
Yeah. So when economic and fiscal impacts are combined, as you said, the majority of Canadians are worse off. That's correct. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Drew. And one last thing on the carbon tax, and then I promise I'll move forward. But the government's own report appears to validate your conclusion. Is that correct?
That is our understanding, because they arrived at an estimate of a negative 0.9%, rounded to 1% of GDP when including the fuel charge and the output-based pricing system, where we had 1.3% in 2030. So that's in the ballpark, and that's very close for that type of analysis.
Yeah. And
Mr. Halan, go ahead, please.
My question is just a clarification. Today's date, when we have all of your analysis done, this secret data that the government was hiding for $25 billion impact on the climate, on the economy, but because of conservatives' pressure, they finally released that it was a $25 billion hit to the Canadian economy and workers at the end of the day. I just wanted to get one clear answer that, given all the data, all the secret information that has been finally released, your final conclusion, according to you, still stands, which your final conclusion was that, given all the fiscal and economic impacts of the carbon tax scam, a majority of Canadian households are worse off. Can I just get you to confirm that one more time?
The fuel charge and the output-based pricing system, when both are included, yes, that still stands. But
Perfect.
That's it.
Thank you very much. Does that mean that it would only make things more expensive for Canadians on top of your analysis?
We prepared a report in in 2023, I think it was May 2023, using the estimates that that Environment and Climate Change Canada had provided us in terms of the economic impact of the clean fuel regulations.
Just a clear answer, because I have a limited amount of time. Carbon tax 2 or clean fuel standard will only make it more expensive, correct?
According to the estimates that we received, they indicated a negative economic impact and a negative impact on households' income.
Okay, so it makes Canadians poorer. And there is no rebate on this carbon tax 2, correct?
Yes, that is correct.
So what we can conclude is that when you factor in carbon tax scam 1 and 2, the overall analysis is that a majority of households in Canada will be worse off, correct?
Unfortunately, we haven't prepared that analysis. We've only looked at the separate impacts of carbon pricing and the clean fuel regulations.
Fair enough, but if the conclusion for carbon tax 1 is a majority of Canadians will be worse off, does that not mean that if there's a negative impact with carbon tax 2, that it would lean towards a negative impact overall? Would that be correct?
It's likely correct. However, the precise impact...
And this applies to every province, correct? Carbon tax 2 without a rebate?
The clean
including
fuel
Quebec
regulations,
and
yes,
BC?
that's correct.
That's correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
I believe that there can be some interactions with the provincial regulatory standards as well, so it may not be.
But the overall impact would be negative. Can I just get a clear answer on that?
Sorry, I don't recall, I believe in our report, we showed what the.
Mr. Giroux, you said yes. I just wanted to confirm that overall.
It's very likely, yes.
It's very likely yes. Thank you very much. How much time do I have left?